Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video with me, Elven Dragon, here on SQUIDcraft, Liara's patron server. So last episode, we went and built up this fish tank here in our cave, and I'm quite happy with it. But today, we are not going to be over here. We are instead going to be heading out to the gaming district, build up a little bit of a surprise for everyone out there. Alright, so here we are at the gaming district, and it looks like there's something new here. What's this? Oh, this looks to be a target block shooting gallery. Huh. Interesting. It doesn't quite look like it's finished yet, so let's go and find a location for our little game that we're going to build out here. So let's see. You need to find a good place to stick a fairly big thing. I think right over here will be good. So I think I'm going to go get an area marked out for us to build in and dug out, because I'm going to need a 32 block diameter circle for this, and then I'll be back once we're ready to start putting in the floor. Alright, so I've got the outer ridge of our build here marked out. These oak logs that are standing straight up are just temporary. They're going to be replaced with oak wood at a later point. But for now, just working on getting this pattern in. And how this is going to work is we're basically going to take what's going to appear to be strips of oak, and we're just going to interweave them. So each of these 3x3 patterns is going to be 3 lines of oak, just going under and over each other to make it look as if the entire thing is woven. So you can't really see it with all the bark right now, but if we go and we strip all of these, you can see that there is a faint line between each of the logs, which makes it look like they are continuous in one direction, but not in the other, which is how we're getting the appearance of woven bands. So I'm going to go get this whole section here covered up and probably replace these sides here. That way they actually match the rest of the pattern. And then I will be right back. So our next thing to do, now that we have the floor all the way in, is to figure out how we're going to do the sides. I think at least the door I want to put here. So technically right here is the middle of the diagonal. I may have to do some terraforming around this place even more to get a good entrance exit. I think the exit, though, is going to be here, but we will build that into the wall. Now, the tricky part here is figuring out how to convert the pattern on the floor to the pattern in the wall, because it's not always exactly clear what direction the blocks need to be going, especially on these corners, because what would be a horizontal log in one direction would be a vertical log in the other. So we'll have to figure out how we're going to solve that problem. But at least on the flat sides, it should be pretty easy to figure out, because they don't have the curve. So let's see, let's get a bit of an example section done up. So this one here needs to go perpendicular to the pattern. So we need to go out on the side, and then we're just going to go up by 3. Follow the same pattern as the floor. And then these walls are going to go up 6 blocks before going out by a block. And that should hopefully get us the angle that we need to make this look like what we want it to be. And we are basically going to repeat this pattern all the way up to a height of 16 blocks. So if we grab out some sort of scaffolding, I guess these will work. We can put our next block in. Actually, you know what? It'd be better to put it below the logs, since we need to have some of these vertical. So let's get this more central section in. Ooh, Well, I guess this will do for a example section. So this should allow you to get the basic idea. We're basically just going to continue this pattern from the floor all the way up the walls. We're going to go out by a block every 6 blocks. And we're going to do that for about 16 blocks. And I think that should create a good pattern. While it's on my mind, there's something I want to test. We make a patch of leaves. Got both oak and birch here. So I know leaves have a slightly different color in Mushroom Islands. I don't know. Are the mini blocks going to as well? And I forgot my die box for this. Okay, let's grab rotational line and full size. So align, and let's full size that one. I suppose it's not super noticeable, so I guess that will work. So now that we know that that works, that will assist with this project later. So let's pick those back up and clean up these leaves. And then I'm going to go get those walls in, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so the base of the structure is in, so now we have a simple basket. I think it looks okay. There's some spots here where I don't particularly like how the walls turned out, but I'm not quite sure how to fix that. I think the problem is I did the floor pattern first instead of doing the walls first, but oh well. So now what we need to do is we need to climb up here all the way to the top, and we need to put on the handle. And what I'm thinking for this is we're going to have a 3x3, or at least a 3 wide handle, and that's going to go up about 26 blocks and then back down and over. So we need quite a bit of area. So I'm going to go get this handle in, and hopefully this handle makes it look a bit more like a basket, because right now I don't feel like it does. I'm a little worried the wall is a bit too tall. But that is what my measurement said for proportions of an actual basket. Ow. Okay, I am not a fan of this random damage. I haven't died yet to it, but it's only a matter of time. So I think what we're going to have is 10 blocks up here, and then we're basically just going to follow the same curve as the basket, except we're going to add an extra block to the sections of 3, 2, and the first of the single block parts of the curve. And that should hopefully make this look a little bit more oval shaped, which is what we want. Alright, so it looks very much more like a basket now with that handle attached, and I think it looks pretty good. So now I just need to add in the top decoration, which, to be honest, I'm not sure if I will or not. But the other thing we need to do is we need to set up a maze in here using these oak leaves. Now we don't have to light this up at all because it's a mushroom island, which is going to be quite nice. I may grab some sea lanterns to put in here anyway, but this room over here is going to be the entrance, since I've decided to abandon the idea of a diagonal entrance. And an exit room over here. Now I think our entrance is going to have 3 different ways that you can choose to go in, but our exit's only going to have 1. And then scattered throughout this maze, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put item frames with various items. So there's going to be a few with regular eggs, but there's also going to be some with iron, some with gold, some with diamonds, and I think a couple with some netherite in it. And those will just be there for people to go and collect. I think we'll do, I guess 2 high will be good. Those people will still be able to jump up and look. So maybe 3? Yeah, I think 3 high will be good. And then at various points in our maze, we'll have an area like this. And then in that hole, we'll put mini blocks and we'll full size them, rotate them around so that they blend in. And that'll allow for a secret door. And I think in that area is where we will hide the most valuable stuff. And that will be the one little trap sort of thing in here. I don't want to make it too complicated. It is supposed to be a fun maze, not a labyrinth. So I'm going to go get this maze in. Maybe we'll get the top in. Not quite sure. Then I think we will be good. All right, so the maze is in. The goodies are hidden. And with the exception of cleaning up our dump chest right there behind us, this is fully done. Now, the only thing I don't have is some eggs on top to prevent people from flying over and checking out the maze from above and just dropping down and stealing whatever's in there. But I trust everyone not to do that. And I will probably work on getting that in sometime later. But that is all the time I have for today. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And I will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.